In this video, I'll show you how I went from noob to billionaire in just 30 minutes. The point of the game is to steal brainrots from the field, where there are 3 giant brainrots that prevent you from doing so. When these gants are sleeping, you can safely run around the field, but as soon as you take some brainrot, they can run away and rush after you. Your task is to bring the stolen brainrot behind this line, then you are safe. I advise you not to try to get epic or legendary ones at the beginning, because you simply have no chance of escaping with them. Place stolen brainrots at your base and get money from them. In the gear shop you can buy coils that will give you speed, as well as various interesting and useful items that I will show you later. I'll say right away that coil works well when you're moving without prey. Even with rainbow coli, you'll be moving with the legendary brainrot like a snail. It works very well when other players are growing giants on the other side of the field, then you can safely steal the unit. In addition to rarity, there are additional characteristics of brainrots, such as gold, platinum, rainbow, which increase the amount of money per second. When one of the giants catches up with you, you will get kicked and fly a little to the side. Each brainrot has its own awakening diameter depending on its rarity. That is, if after you take the brainrot and the circle around you turns red, it means you awaken the giants. I didn't try to save up money for the best coil right away, but bought the simplest one. At least each time, I got a little faster. Of course, there is always a better chance when the brainrot you want to steal is closer to the line. At first, seeing that there were better units, I didn't upgrade mine. Maybe I'm wrong, and I should have immediately upgraded all the ones I stole. What do you think? Of course, I often got kicked and flew quite a bit. In this case, I was lucky because I wasn't bothered by other players. How can they hinder me? See this bat, so you'll soon see how it works. I finally saved up money for a better coil. And here's my bat.
Come here, sweetie.
The bat is actually a very useful item. Use it to take away the brainrot from another player who is stealing it, or simply keep that player away. Of course, no one will let you take a good brainrot quietly, and with a probability of 99%, there will be a battle. Very often, the smarter one and the one with the better reaction wins. I started raising brainrot's levels from epic. The result was not long in coming, and I already bought a new coil. By getting better brainrots, you can sell the worse ones or give them to other players. Little by little, my collection grew, and I acquired several legendaries. After 10 minutes of playing, I was already able to buy a zoom coil. Not bad. Above the field is a board with a timer that shows when legendary and mythical brainrots will spawn. Oh, how difficult it is to get a mythical creature. This is where the real battles begin, because there are many people who want to take it for themselves. There was a funny moment when I hid inside a sleeping giant while other players with bats were looking for me. The dudes lost the battle strategically. This was my first mythic. Thanks to this myth, I was able to buy a better coil. The more confident I became in my abilities and having some experience, the more often I argued for getting cool brainrots. Sometimes you don't even have to suffer or fight, you just have to wait until the player gets a sub, and you take the brainrot. Next, just look at some of my attempts at getting cool brainrots and what came of it. Sometimes it was pretty fun. There were players who already had an invisibility cloak. To be honest, it was difficult against them, and I often got hit from nowhere. Sometimes the players would act in pairs, and I had a hard time against both of them, but this game is fun, and I never gave up. Of course, I didn't always win, but then I made up for it. This battle was also funny, and I think I was ahead of the others by a split second. It's a cool myth that helped me in my goal of becoming a billionaire quickly. I also bought this hook. To be honest, it's useless, having a fast coil. At least I didn't find any advantages in it. Later I bought the Freezy Ray. This gun is more useful because it can freeze giants for a second. It's definitely cool when you play with a friend, helping them out in this way. Because stealing a brainrot yourself and using this gun at the same time is unrealistic. I also bought the best rainbow coil, and he achieved my goal of 1 billion money. In the end, I also got this super cool brainrot. Well, this is the stack I built up in about half an hour of play. Do you think this is a good result? I'll make my conclusion. This game is really fun. Although it's not very easy, it requires patience and sometimes thinking outside the box. So I recommend it.